Yeah, so I've decided I'm gonna go test this new functionality. I've been looking at various. It's just a journal. Again, I need to. I'm saving this as a digital journal of my thoughts of communicating with the Holy Spirit, right? Before I pass away or whatever. Because whatever I wanted is pretty much dead. So, anyways, I've noticed that a lot of the equipment gear, there is no such thing as low budget gear. It's, in my opinion, anything low budget's high budget, which is my expensive opinion. Anything that can be useful is around $300, right? $300 or $500 is the only useful gear you have for taking pictures on the outside. Otherwise, you're gonna have to essentially invest cheaply, right? So the gear is expensive because you have to have a fast upload speed. Right, it's like a couple 100 gigabytes with a camera feature, right? So the price tag for a lot of these photos is better graphics, right? Better capability, but better processing. Otherwise, it's going to take a decade, right? Especially with iCloud, but I'm okay with that for now. That's just the world you kind of live in when you're dealing, when you're poor and you got to start out, right? In any industry, you just have to deal with the long lag times. Because what choice do you have? You can't you don't have like PewDiePie's superior podcasting equipment, right? Right. Whereas like I can upload a 5-hour podcast in like 30 minutes. Right. I can't do that, right? That's not something I can do because that is a high price line to hire all these people, right? I don't have any revenue that even makes up for the cost of those things. So I gotta scrounge for scraps. So this is a test, right? I'm uploading. So what I'm doing right now, a little test right now. What I'm doing right now is I'm using the computer's feature, right? The camera function instead of the phone functionality, and I'm going to do the podcast in this format. And if this works, I'm going to start doing it from the computer from now on, right? I can download stuff directly because right now I found that the best way to get the uploads done faster is to have it, if I'm right, right? And so far it was right, but I could be wrong, is to have this downloaded onto, have it sync with my iCloud. Yeah, it's worth the cost because you're cheap, right? You don't want to pay, if you don't want to pay for a $500 to $1,000 camera, it's absolutely worth the cost to eventually, if you make money, right, opt into Tim Cook's full plan. 2 terabytes. No, I'm serious because no, look, no one wants to pay $1,000 for camera equipment. I'm sorry, guys. Right? PewDiePie is not your modern average everyday citizen. No, he's not. Is PewDiePie you? Right? Does he have a 7-figure salary? Right? Do you have one? Sorry, not him. Do you have a seven? No, you don't. You don't have a 6-figure, much less in filmmaking like Tim Pool. Can you afford that stuff? No, you can't. You can afford $7.99 a month though, or something like that. If it works, right? I'm just putting conditions. Right? Scott Adams has like what, 6 figures? Right? He can pay $1,000, get read by some Amazon e-commerce store. I can't really do that quite yet. I don't mind playing that game, right? Once I get more money. But right now, I don't know how much this make. I feel like I'm good at this because I've done this for a while, right? Right? I'm good at what the skills I've used for the last decade. So anyways, going back to what I'm saying, This is better quality, right? The frame could be better. So with a better camera, if you see these pixels roaming around, that's gone. It's crystal clear. That's the best thing about high quality cameras. The quality, like you actually can see there'll be less pixels. The pixels will be more finely tuned, right? That's the benefit. It just looks a little bit better, right? I always like the cleanness of a camera shot. Right? Otherwise, you can't do it. Now, there are other ways. Now, there are some film setups where you can't do that, right? You can actually shoot a. So, here's what I would have done if you wanted to shoot a movie that with the graphics here for free. I would have. So let's say you can do this if you're a 15-year-old and you got somewhat of a well-off family. Let's say you bought your iPhone since the first one and you didn't trade any of your phones off. You just kept getting new ones for your birthday. You have 4 phones set up. You get a bunch of tripods, right? Right? You get people to film it. That's basically what you do. You don't need a high-end camera, right? Now, or you can use one phone and you go to a high-rise building. You set you set it up. You see that Bluetooth charger, where I don't have, right? I didn't opt for the Bluetooth charger. So you get the Bluetooth controller. I might have to look for it. I lose shit all the time. You need the Bluetooth tuner. You click on it, and it activates. And as you walk from the high, like down below the bottom of the high zone, and your camera's on the top, right? It's filming you. It helps to have more than one person, right? That's what the Bluetooth is used. And then now, if you're 1K with the one phone, multiple phones help, of course. Multiple phones help because have you seen PewDiePie's layout? PewDiePie has he merged 2 different video clips together, right? So he has one camera that shows his face, and then another camera, with that it's like a Windows app, right, or something like that. Some app exists in the computer that records what's going on in the internet screen, not your face. And then you merge the clips together, right? So one clip merging by me, the one clip's on one layer and the other one's on top of it, right? I'm not that smart, but I mean, this stuff is like, in my opinion, right? This stuff's not as hard as computer science, right? Which I kind of want to get into because they actually value it. They're backed by a false assumption, which I like. Right, this stuff doesn't really make money. Now I'm good at it, right? That's why I focus on it. I quantify successfully what it is I'm good at. So yeah, basically the gear. Yeah, don't bother. That's sad. I would look for a spendy billionaire or someone, and get them to spend the money for you. I might spend someday, but I'm not going to spend today. I have to really think about this. As much as I like to have a high-quality, well-done, edited project, I have to think about the reality of whether I even have any audience members drawing in. As much as I have camera fag tendencies of making something beautiful and pristine as an artist, I also have to realize the reality that that's not what an audience wants. The audience wants quantity. They don't want quality, right? They're not willing to pay for it. No, it's sad. So that's why I look at a lot of people. Anyways, this stuff is pretty. This seems like this works pretty high end, not high end, but good enough, right? I don't have to have any lagging problems. We're gonna test this out. I don't know if the upload still works. This is gonna take a decade, I think. We're at. We'll see how long this takes. It'll take a while. I'm noticing that I'll save the space next time, but I don't think I'm gonna do a 1-hour video. So this is a death knell. So anyone, I don't know, anyone who has a 1 hour, 6 minute, and 31-minute video, that's a death sentence. Don't even upload that. Even if you have the space. It takes too long. That's why you want a computer or camera processor. That's the problem I have with a lot of low budget tech. You can't load stuff. It's a real pain in this fuck nightmare doing it for free. On the other hand, can you really afford to pay anyone to do it for you? So, what else is there to talk about? I don't know. Let's find out. If anyone wants to buy Nesso Rich chocolate, my eBay store, please do. Yeah, and let's see what else. Honestly, the most sustainable Amazon stores I've seen are the ones where you sell food from the break room. You do it for long enough. People used to do that. They don't want to really talk about it. But unfortunately, Amazon has made it very difficult to actually set anything up. Very difficult. I can't verify anything. I don't even know if I'm going to poke the Amazon team anymore. I'm a shy little worm. I'm going to go crawl away. Worm myself out to another burrow. So now I'm decided I'm setting up eBay. Anyways, let's go see. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've basically said a bunch of shit. Oh, yeah, this is a commercial skit. If anyone wants to do grocery shopping, just do a commercial skit. Everyone, please look at this. Look at this kitchen bag. Yeah. This is a. So, here's the thing. This is a very. So what I like about a lot of commercials is when they write articles. This is a very good job. Right? It's a very, very good way. So what I don't like, right? See, this is written by thekitchen.com, right? That I don't see that from Amazon's. It's time to complain. I do not see that from Amazon's marketing team, right? Their stock's pretty good though. See, Amazon's marketing team is. I'd like to see them haggle with the programmers on Twitter. It's like, hey, look, I have a cheap model for making your website trash. That's progress to me. It makes more money. Makes the Amazon business model more sustainable. I'm not seeing any real arguments anymore. As a programmer says more expensive, I like to see the programmer say cheap model or cheaper model, right? That'd be productivity to me. Customer accused and it's like, huh? Well, you programmer, I think you're being ridiculous, right? I don't want to pay $5 extra because you want to add some cool new funky gadgets, right? I like the shitstorm. All the customers want that. I know the programmers take a deep pause. Right? What is love? Baby, don't heal me. Whatever. So, right, this type of stuff. I'd rather what they do is just write food articles, right? And if they want to talk about returns issue, I want them to post a Vice article instead. Right, let's not be too bashful about this stuff. Why? Because a good company should always roast themselves every once in a while. Right? Processing returns, not a really big deal. What I want you to do instead, if you feel threatened by the article, is present a unique perspective on why that's a problem. And a unique solution. I don't want you to just retweet it. So you say, well, Vice is, well, there's a package processing agreement. I want you to respond by saying, well, hey, look, it's true. we have a package returns issue, and I want you to do a Periscope on it. I want you to start a discussion because they don't really know what they're covering, right? Like, don't run away just because Big Bad Vice that Tim Pool used to run is there. Right? Don't say that. Just say, hey, look, we're processing returns because we have HR issues, and a lot of the workers don't want to work, right? A lot of them are missing the context that the employers are worse. That's how you respond. Now you wait for them, right? No one really likes working for these high-end, and you know what? No high-end fast food places, right? Because Amazon is viewed as that fast food company that no one wants to talk about. But that's fine. Most fast food companies, right? You add the context. Yeah, just say, hey, yeah, fast food, no one is treated well in a fast food company. That's to be expected. It's just the nature of the business environment. And see whether they respond. Now, if they say, well, you don't treat you, and I say, well, compared to what? Right? The answer is compared to what? You present me some figures and data, I'd be happy to look over it, right? Right? And if you can't do that, if you don't think you have a good rebuttal, at the very least, read the article, right? Don't just say, hey, I'm throwing it away. Read it in your spare time and like really ponder about it. That's what I do, right? I turn every discussion into an opportunity to make money. That's what I talked about before. Yeah, you just you really can't just drop the ball on this type of topic. Alright, I'm gonna see. I like the phone. I like how I can podcast stuff from the outside, but I may just end up using this Sunday instead. Maybe we'll see what happens. Maybe refund. Who knows? We'll see. That's why I paid a little bit for it because I really do think it's a worth investment to see what works and what doesn't. I'm okay with wasting money. Always okay. Right? Because you got to take risk. But I don't want to be so risky that I break bank, right? I'm not willing to take $300 break bank because you don't know if any of these camera equipment work, right? So if you ever looked on an Amazon web store page, the other description doesn't give you any product guarantees anymore. It's kind of crappy. They don't respond to you anymore. They just don't care. Everything's from Amazon. So you wonder why it's hard for the stock price to rise. That would be the reason, actually. That would be one of the big reasons. Anyways, let's end this.